Did you know that millions of people start their day with a bowl of oatmeal, thinking it's the healthiest choice they can make? It's warm, it's comforting, and it's been praised as a heart-healthy superfood for years. But here's a shocking truth. Eating oatmeal for breakfast with certain foods could silently harm your health, especially if you're over 50. These combinations might seem harmless, maybe even delicious, but they could be spiking your blood sugar, clogging your arteries, or even setting you up for serious health issues down the road. The worst part? Most people have no idea they're making these mistakes every single morning. In this video, we're diving into 5 foods you should never eat with oatmeal for breakfast. These are common ingredients you might be adding to your bowl without a second thought, but they could be doing more harm than good. Some of them will surprise you, and others might be staples in your kitchen right now. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to avoid, why these combinations are risky, and what you can do instead to make your breakfast truly healthy. Stay with me until the very end, because the 5th food is something almost everyone adds to their oatmeal, and it could be putting your health in serious danger. Let's get started. Picture this. You wake up, head to the kitchen, and whip up a steaming bowl of oatmeal. It's your go-to breakfast, maybe because your doctor recommended it, or maybe because it's quick and filling. But then you reach for the first food on our list, something you think makes your oatmeal taste better: sugary syrups like maple syrup or honey. Now, don't get me wrong, a drizzle of sweetness feels like the perfect way to start the day. Who doesn't love that rich, syrupy flavor melting into their oats? But here's why this is a breakfast mistake you need to stop making. Oatmeal is already a carbohydrate-heavy food, which means it breaks down into sugar in your body. When you add sugary syrups or honey, you're piling on even more sugar, causing a rapid spike in your blood glucose levels. This isn't just a minor issue. Over time, these spikes can strain your pancreas, increase insulin resistance, and raise your risk of type 2 diabetes. For example, let's say you're like Sarah, a 55-year-old who loves her oatmeal with a generous pour of maple syrup every morning. She feels energized at first, but by mid-morning she's crashing, feeling shaky and reaching for a snack. What she doesn't realize is that her sugary breakfast is sending her blood sugar on a roller coaster, leaving her tired and hungry. Studies show that high-sugar breakfasts are linked to weight gain, inflammation, and even a higher risk of heart disease. The good news? You don't have to give up sweetness entirely. Try adding a few slices of fresh fruit, like berries or a banana, to your oatmeal instead. They provide natural sugars along with fiber and antioxidants, which help stabilize your blood sugar and keep you full longer. So, next time you're tempted to drizzle syrup on your oats, reach for fruit instead. Your body will thank you. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us keep creating content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. The 2nd food you should never eat with oatmeal is flavored yogurt. It sounds like a healthy choice, doesn't it? Yogurt is packed with probiotics, and stirring a creamy spoonful into your oatmeal seems like a smart way to add protein and a tangy kick. But here's the problem. Most flavored yogurts are loaded with added sugars and artificial ingredients that can undo the benefits of your oatmeal. A single serving of flavored yogurt can contain as much sugar as a candy bar, turning your wholesome breakfast into a dessert in disguise. This sugar overload not only spikes your blood sugar, like we talked about earlier, but it can also disrupt your gut health. The artificial sweeteners and flavorings in many yogurts can feed harmful bacteria in your gut, counteracting the probiotics you're trying to get. Think about someone like Tom, a 60-year-old who thought he was being healthy by mixing strawberry yogurt into his oatmeal every day. He started noticing bloating, sluggishness, and even occasional stomach cramps, but he never connected it to his breakfast. Over time, the excess sugar and artificial additives were throwing his digestive system out of balance. Research shows that high sugar diets can lead to gut inflammation and even increase the risk of conditions like irritable bowel syndrome. So, what's the solution? If you love the creamy texture of yogurt in your oatmeal, opt for plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt instead. It's high in protein, low in sugar, and packed with gut-friendly probiotics. You can add a touch of natural sweetness with a sprinkle of cinnamon or a few chopped nuts. This simple swap keeps your breakfast nutritious without the hidden risks. So, take a look at the yogurt in your fridge. If it's flavored, it's time to make a change. If you're finding this helpful, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're still with me. Let's keep going. Now let's talk about the third food you should avoid with oatmeal: processed meats like bacon or sausage. For some people, a hearty breakfast isn't complete without a side of crispy bacon or a juicy sausage link. You might think pairing these with your oatmeal balances out the meal, adding protein and savory flavor to your morning. But here's why this combination is a health disaster waiting to happen. Processed meats are packed with sodium, unhealthy fats, and preservatives like nitrates, which have been linked to serious health issues. Eating bacon or sausage with oatmeal, which is already high in carbs, creates a meal that's heavy in both sodium and calories, putting extra strain on your heart and blood vessels. Studies have shown that regular consumption of processed meats increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, and even certain cancers, especially in older adults. Let's consider someone like Linda, a 58-year-old who loves her weekend breakfast of oatmeal with a side of bacon. She thought the oatmeal was keeping her heart healthy, but she didn't realize the bacon was canceling out those benefits. Over time, she started noticing higher blood pressure readings and occasional chest discomfort, not knowing her breakfast habit was a major culprit. The high sodium content in processed meats can also cause water retention, leading to bloating and increased pressure on your kidneys. So, what should you do instead? If you want protein with your oatmeal, try adding a boiled egg or a small handful of nuts like almonds or walnuts. These options are heart-healthy, low in sodium, and provide the protein you need without the risks. Tonight, when you're planning tomorrow's breakfast, skip the bacon and sausage. Your heart will thank you. If you're still here and learning something new, please comment number 3 below. Your feedback means a lot and it helps us keep bringing you valuable content. Let's move on. The fourth food you should never eat with oatmeal is dried fruit like raisins or cranberries in large amounts. Dried fruit seems like a natural fit for oatmeal, doesn't it? It's sweet, chewy, and adds a burst of flavor to every bite. Many people toss in a handful without thinking twice, believing it's a healthy, natural choice. But here's the catch. Dried fruit is incredibly high in sugar and calories, and it's easy to overdo it. A small handful of raisins can contain as much sugar as a piece of candy, and because dried fruit is so dense, you're likely to eat more than you realize. This sugar overload can cause the same blood sugar spikes we talked about earlier, increasing your risk of diabetes and weight gain. Plus, many dried fruits are coated with added sugars or preservatives, making them even less healthy than you think. Imagine someone like Mark, a 62-year-old who adds a big scoop of dried cranberries to his oatmeal every morning. He thought he was making a smart choice, but he started gaining weight and feeling more tired than usual. His doctor warned him that his blood sugar levels were creeping up, and Mark had no idea his healthy breakfast was to blame. Studies show that excessive sugar intake, even from seemingly healthy sources like dried fruit, can lead to insulin resistance and inflammation over time. So, what's the better option? Use fresh fruit instead, like sliced apples or blueberries. Fresh fruit has less concentrated sugar, more water content, and added fiber to keep you full, and your blood sugar stable. If you love the texture of dried fruit, try a tiny sprinkle for flavor, but keep it to a teaspoon or 2. Check your pantry today. If your dried fruit has added sugar, it's time to switch to fresh. If you're finding these tips valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're still watching. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. We're almost to the final food, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. Now, let's talk about the fifth and most surprising food you should never eat with oatmeal: artificial sweeteners. You might be thinking, wait, I use those to cut back on sugar. Whether it's a packet of Splenda, Equal, or another zero-calorie sweetener, many people add these to their oatmeal to keep it sweet without the calories. It seems like a win-win, especially if you're watching your weight or managing diabetes. But here's the shocking truth. Artificial sweeteners can be worse for your health than sugar in some ways, and they're a terrible match for oatmeal. These sweeteners are chemically processed and can disrupt your gut microbiome, the delicate balance of bacteria that keeps your digestion and immune system in check. Studies have linked artificial sweeteners to increased appetite, weight gain, and even a higher risk of heart disease and stroke. That's not all. Because artificial sweeteners are hundreds of times sweeter than sugar, they can trick your brain into craving more sweets throughout the day, making it harder to stick to a healthy diet. Think about someone like Diane, a 65-year-old who switched to artificial sweeteners to manage her blood sugar. She stirred them into her oatmeal every morning, thinking she was making a healthy choice. But she started noticing digestive issues, constant cravings, and even weight gain, not realizing her sweetener was to blame. Research shows that artificial sweeteners can also mess with your body's ability to regulate blood sugar, which is the last thing you want when you're eating oatmeal. So what should you do instead? If you need a touch of sweetness, try a small amount of pure, raw honey or a sprinkle of cinnamon, which has natural anti-inflammatory properties. These options add flavor without harming your gut or spiking your cravings. Tonight, take a look at your sweetener packets. If they're artificial, toss them out and go natural. If you're still with me and found this video helpful, please comment number 5 below to let me know you're here. Your comments give us the motivation to keep creating content like this. Now, let's wrap things up. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've covered today. Sugary syrups, flavored yogurt, processed meats, dried fruit, and artificial sweeteners. These 5 foods might seem like harmless additions to your oatmeal, but they can silently harm your health. They spike your blood sugar, strain your heart, disrupt your gut, and increase your risk of serious conditions like diabetes, heart disease, and even cancer. The good news? You don't have to give up oatmeal to stay healthy. By making simple swaps, like choosing fresh fruit over syrups, plain Greek yogurt over flavored, nuts over bacon, fresh fruit over dried, and natural sweeteners over artificial, you can turn your breakfast into a powerhouse of nutrition that supports your body and mind. Now, I want you to think about your own breakfast routine. Do you recognize any of these mistakes in your morning bowl of oatmeal? Maybe you're drizzling on maple syrup or tossing in a handful of raisins without thinking twice. Whatever the case, the key is awareness. Once you know the risks, you can take steps to fix them. So, here's my challenge to you. Tomorrow morning, try making your oatmeal without one of these 5 foods. Maybe swap out the flavored yogurt for plain Greek yogurt, or skip the bacon for a boiled egg. Even one small change can make a big difference in how you feel and how long you stay healthy. Thank you for joining me today. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned from this video and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, and reading your comments gives us the encouragement to keep going. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Your support helps us continue creating content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.